What are you doing, Dustin? Dahlia's eyebrows arched above her wide eyes, and she had to restrain herself from biting Dustin directly. At first, she thought he was only admiring Ms. Larson's figure. Never did she imagine he would be daring enough to start messing around with someone he was meeting for the first time while completely ignoring her. This is a misunderstanding, Dahlia. She was the one who put her foot out. Dustin blushed. Although he was innocent, he couldn't help but feel a little guilty. So what if Ms. Larson stretched her leg? It doesn't mean you have permission to touch her. Dahlia growled. Dustin didn't know how to explain himself. Me. I had a feeling you were up to no good when I saw you staring at Ms. Larson. Were you having dirty thoughts about her? Dahlia's breathing quickened. Was she not pretty enough? Why was Dustin paying attention to someone else other than her? What a player. It's not what you're thinking, Dahlia. Dustin was exasperated. Stop making excuses. I saw everything. Dahlia was fuming at this point. He dared claim that he was innocent after he was caught molesting Ms. Larson. Calm down, Ms. Nicholson. I'm sure Mr. Rhys was just messing around. Ms. Larson just smiled calmly. There's a limit to how far he can go. He obviously had dirty intentions. Dahlia humphed and shot Dustin a glare. It's fine. I don't mind. Ms. Larson took a sip of her coffee, a playful expression on her face. What? Dahlia was taken aback by the other woman's response and immediately understood that both parties had consented to this. Her blood boiling, Dahlia slammed her high heel into Dustin's foot, making him grimace in pain silently. Just then, her phone began to ring. She took a deep breath and forced a smile. Please excuse me while I take this call, Ms. Larson. As soon as she got up and left, Dustin finally spoke up. Ms. Larson, this is our first time meeting. I don't think what you did was appropriate. Are you saying that it's fine if I did that after getting acquainted with you? Ms. Larson smirked teasingly. Of course not. Dustin immediately refused. Please mind your manners, especially in public, Ms. Larson. How interesting. Don't people say that all men are cheaters? Are you going to be an exception? Ms. Larson giggled and leisurely stirred her coffee. I have no idea what you're talking about, Dustin replied coldly. I'll be frank. I'm interested in you, and I want to be your sugar mama, so name your price. Ms. Larson smirked. Sorry, but I prefer to earn my own keep. Dustin refused without hesitation. I don't mind forcing you, you know? Ms. Larden tossed her car keys onto the table. Isn't that car gorgeous? She's the latest Ferrari model. You can have her if you like. Are you insulting me? Dustin's brows furrowed. Is it not enough? Fine. I have a villa in Amethyst Meadows worth $30 million. I don't have time to stay there anyway, so it's yours now. Ms. Larson pulled out another set of keys. She sure was flaunting her wealth by giving away such an expensive car and villa so easily. It was easy to imagine how many men dreamed of possessing such a beautiful, rich, and generous woman. Are you trying to bribe me with just a villa? What do you take me for? Dustin remained indifferent. Looks like it's time to get serious. Ms. Larson giggled. How about this? I'll let you into some insider information. The abandoned buildings in Eastville are going to be redeveloped. Your investment will double tenfold if you can get a hold of them. Of course, how many buildings you can buy depends on your wealth. The more you buy, the more you'll earn. With enough capital, you'll easily earn anything between $1 billion to $8 billion. What do you think? Is the offer attractive enough? Dustin narrowed his eyes. Ms. Larson, you're very generous, but I still don't understand why you'd tell me about an opportunity that could rake in billions. It was their first time meeting, yet Ms. Larson was being extremely generous, even going as far as to offer him a car, a house, and a chance to hit the jackpot. Although Dustin was quite a good-looking guy, it wasn't enough to charm every woman in the world. Besides, a rich woman like her would have met all sorts of men before him, so he couldn't help but be suspicious of her. Didn't I tell you earlier? You caught my eye, and I want to be your sugar mama. Ms. Larson just continued to smile, her intentions hidden. Do you think I'll believe that? Dustin responded calmly. I don't know what tricks you're up to, but you better not mess around with me. I'm not someone who knows how to cherish pretty things. How interesting. Ms. Larson laughed, her shoulder shaking. I didn't expect you to be so on guard, miracle doctor. And here I thought I'd have a chance in bed with you tonight. What? Dustin frowned. Who are you? Take a guess. Ms. Larson reached out to cover half of her face, leaving her twinkling eyes exposed. Can you tell yet? You. Dustin's eyes widened as realization dawned. Her attire might have changed, but her eyes hadn't. The voluptuous temptress was none other than the Dark Lord's disciple, Azalea. No wonder she seemed so familiar to her. She was that witch. Finally, Azalea Larson smirked. You didn't expect us to meet again this way, did you? Were you following me? Dustin demanded with a frown. Nope. I'm just here for a business meeting. Me meeting you here was pure coincidence. Azalea said with a smile. What do you want? Dustin growled. Take a guess. Azalea tilted her head sideways. Dustin. Just then, Dahlia finally returned after wrapping up her phone call, her expression grave. What's wrong? Dustin was puzzled. Some people beat up my mom, and she's in the hospital right now, so I have to rush over there immediately, Dahlia explained. She was beaten up. What happened? Dustin was surprised. I'm not too sure, either. I'll know after going to the hospital. Dahlia focused her attention on Azalea. My apologies, Ms. Larson, but this is an emergency. Would you mind if we continued this discussion on another day? No problem. You guys should deal with that first. Azalea nodded. Thank you for your understanding, Ms. Larson. Dahlia flashed a polite smile and pulled Dustin out of there. Azalea's lip curled as she watched the two of them walk away and mumbled, what a fine prey. I haven't felt so excited in ages. You'll be mine.